Hello, welcome to episode 2.
Here's our blanket, excellent.
Asymmetrical twist. Dropping and sinking up.
Notice how
So just notice. Joining us for the second episode of next week. Namaste. Hello and welcome to episode 54 of Namaste Yoga. This week we're going back to our series of classes on listening with our whole bodies. And this week we're going to listen with our minds, but we're going to listen to the part of our mind that knows without knowing. That part that's not like the monkey mind, you know, the part that you try to think things through in your head and you think through it again and again and again in a bunch of very similar ways. Not that kind of inefficient thinking, but accessing insight. So you know those moments where you have those, I think Oprah calls them those aha moments. That's what we're going for here today. So we're going to start with alternate nostril breathing. It's a great way to improve brain function. It calms your mind. It balances your left brain with your right brain. And it takes you from sympathetic nervous system to parasympathetic nervous system. All great ways of accessing that insight mind. So start by putting your thumb and index finger together and rest it on your lap. And then I like to do this mudra where you extend your first two fingers on your right hand and place it on your third eye in the center of your forehead. Now you'll close your right nostril and breathe in through your left nostril. Close your left nostril with your ring finger and breathe out through your right nostril. Breathe in through your right nostril. Close your right nostril, breathe out through your left nostril. Breathe in left. Close left, breathe out right. Breathe in right. Close right, breathe out left. Breathe in left. Close left, breathe out right. Breathe in right. Close right, breathe out left. I'll talk you through it one more time. Breathe in left. Close left, breathe out right. Breathe in right. Close right, breathe out left. Now continue this breathing in your own time. Now the next time you breathe out through your left nostril, lower your right hand down. Keep your eyes closed. And just return to breathing normally. Notice your breath right now. As you tune into it, how would you describe the quality of it right now? Where you feel it in your body, its depth, the length. And take a deep breath in. Sigh it out through your mouth. And tune into your physical body. Notice the parts of your body that are calling your attention. What in your body wants to be noticed today? And take a deep breath in and sigh it out through your mouth. And tune into your thoughts. What's going on in your mind today? Then take a deep breath in through your nose and sigh it out through your mouth. And bring all those parts of your being back together in wholeness in your awareness. Your breath body, your physical body, your thought body. And set an intention of what you would like to receive from your yoga practice today. What do you want to get out of this next hour of doing yoga together? Take another deep breath in and sigh it out through your mouth and begin to just wiggle and move a little bit, and then gradually make your way onto your back, lying down on your back. There are a lot of flies here today. It's so funny. We're here on Lake Ontario, and it's the 1st of October here, 2010, and we're on this part of beach, and it feels like we're in Cancun, Mexico right now. Well, it's probably hotter there, but it feels hot. I feel like I'm sunbathing, getting my vitamin D for the day. It's beautiful here today. Okay, so we're gonna start lying on our backs. Are they biting you? Oh dear. Okay. The greatest thing about being on the sand is that it hugs your body. You can sink down into it, and then it really supports you. You can feel the support of the earth underneath you. So we're gonna start by doing 10 tigers through the forest. Your 10 fingers are your 10 tigers, and you're going to take them along the base of your neck and run them up through your hair, so your hair becomes the forest. 10 tigers running through the forest. And as you do that, you can massage your scalp. And then let's include this little massage to go across your face. So I like to do fingertips like a rake across your forehead to smooth away all those lines of worry and stress and anger, frown lines. And then maybe move down your head a little bit to do a little bit of massaging of your temples. And then let your fingertips move down your jaw. I feel like all we need, Carrie, are pina coladas. The sun is absolutely glorious here today. Okay, great. Right, and then finish up with any other massaging that you want to do, and then bend both knees and place your feet flat on the floor. And you're going to cross your right ankle over your left thigh, open your right knee up. And then draw your leg in until you can feel it. So not too much, not too little, but something that feels curious and holds your attention. I've been doing a lot of yoga classes with Bernie Clark online lately, and he says, if you're feeling it, you're doing it. And I just think that is just such a great way of describing it. We don't have to go crazy when we come into our postures, but if you're feeling it, you're doing it. Then release your right leg down, uncross it, and cross your left leg over your right leg. Really open your left knee out to the side and draw your right knee in towards your chest. Just to that point where you begin to feel sensation in the left hip. And again, you want to come to that place of therapeutic discomfort. So you want to avoid anything that feels sharp and electric, like shooting pain. But it's pretty common to feel a dull ache when you're stretching out your muscles like this. And slowly release your leg. Maybe just sway them from side to side a little bit. Little windshield wiper legs to open up your hips a little bit. Okay, and then extend your left leg straight out and draw your right knee in towards your chest. And you're going to circle your leg, just move your right leg all around. Any way that feels right, just so you can get a sense of movement in your joint. And then draw your right knee into your chest. And what you're going to do is circle your right foot to your right. So this is a great exercise for your brain. And then what you're going to do with your eyes open, but I know, Carrie, it's really bright here, so you don't necessarily have to have your eyes open, or maybe just shield the sun from your eyes. That's how we'll do it. And then you're going to circle your eyes to the right as well. Wow. A hawk just flew right overhead, totally gorgeous. That's my second one in 2 days. Saw a gorgeous one yesterday too. Okay, so we're circling our eyes clockwise and our foot clockwise. And now you're going to keep circling your foot clockwise and then switch your eyes so they're circling counterclockwise. Notice what's happening with your breath. This should be really hard. I can't do it either. This is like brain gym. Yes. Okay, now circle your foot to the left. And circle your eyes to the left. And now keep your foot circling to the left and switch the direction of your eyes. This is even harder. Whose idea was this anyway? Yeah. My tongue starts moving too. As if that's going to help my eyes.
I just have to wonder if this is going to prevent or cause a stroke.
Oh, okay, so release your right leg down. Oh. All right, and take a deep breath in the center. And sigh it out through your mouth. Great. Now draw your left leg in, and let's start like we did last time, just kind of circling it around, feeling out, creating space in the joint. There's another one. Did you see that one?
A hawk?
The second hawk, yeah.
I remember over years I saw a bald eagle in Niagara.
You saw a bald eagle?
A wild bald eagle.
Wow.
That was, I never forget, because I've never seen that. Have you? A wild one?
I don't think I've seen a, yeah, I have, but not around here. We're asking if we've seen wild bald eagles, but it was in the States, in Virginia.
Yeah, I saw it at Niagara.
Yeah, that's amazing. Okay, now you're going to draw your left knee right into your chest, and then you're going to circle your your left foot to your right, so circle clockwise, and circle your eyes clockwise. This is really, I think, extra hard to do in the sun too. And now keep your foot going to the right and circle your eyes to the left. Okay, take a deep breath. Exhale. Now switch, so you're circling your foot counterclockwise. Eyes go counterclockwise.
This must really help, like, being in your yoga class. People must really like it.
Carrie's saying people must really like this in my yoga class. They get really frustrated, actually. Okay, so now foot circles left and eyes circle right.
Oh, just laugh. It would be cute.
Yeah, it's fine. Everybody laughs, yep. And then we develop a new appreciation for our children and people with special needs, because, you know, when we go about our day-to-day activities and we find them so easy and we get frustrated with other people, this gives you a new level of appreciation for what others go through with even simple day-to-day tasks, I'm sure. Okay, enough of that. Release. Take a deep breath in and breathe it out. So your brain really likes it when your limbs cross the midline. It does a really nice thing to connect your right and left brain. So let's start by crossing your right leg all the way over your left leg as though you're sitting cross-legged in a chair. And then take your arms out to a soft T. Pick up your hips, lift them off the ground, tuck your right hip under, and drop your knees over to your right side. Turn your head so you're looking over your left shoulder. So we've crossed the right leg over the midline, to the left side. And then double amazing thing for the brain, we've brought the body into a twist. So lots of great connecting of the right and left side of the brain here. Okay, slowly and gently bring your legs back, center, untuck your hips, uncross your legs, and switch your legs so your left leg crosses all the way over your right leg, like you're sitting cross-legged in a chair. And then you're going to pick up your hips, tuck them under, and move them over to the right a little bit, so your left hip's on the ground, and then roll your legs to the left side, look over your right shoulder. Oh, there that goes. Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm. That was you?
That was me. That was my back. I don't know if the mic picked that up, but. It was a good release. Okay, and then come back, center, uncross your legs. It might feel good to do something really symmetrical after all those asymmetrical twists. So maybe just knees into chest would feel good, and maybe even just circling or rocking back and forth. And then roll to your side and come up onto all fours. So doing yoga on the beach looks really great on the camera, but you tend to wear the beach home. Okay, let me see what was next for us. Okay, so on all fours, we're gonna do thread the needle. Again, to cross, this time we cross the legs over the midline, this time we'll cross the arms over the midline. So take your left arm up and out to the side, and then reach your left arm underneath your right arm, lower your left shoulder to the ground, and rotate your torso. Now bring your arm back center and reach your right arm out to the side, and then bring your right arm underneath your left hand. Rest your right shoulder on the ground. And see if you can let go of the busyness of your mind, all those thinking thoughts, and tune into present moment experience. So your breath, sensations in your body. And now come on back center and come onto all fours. You're going to bring your hands slightly forward of your shoulders and your knees slightly back of your hips. Lift your tail up into the air and tuck your toes under. Lift your hips right up into the sky. Ooh, that downhill slope helps us now. But here, look how your feet go down into the sand and then it's kind of lifted where your heels are. That kind of works to your advantage too. Okay, so now I'm getting a new perspective on doing yoga on the beach, yes. Take your right leg up and circle it around. Find some space in that hip joint again like we did on our backs, and then bring your right knee forward, place it on the ground, cross your right heel over towards your left hip bone. And if you have any twinge or pain in your knee here, you're gonna bring your right heel right back underneath your buttocks, but otherwise you can keep it crossed. Wow, our back bends are gonna be fantastic today. Okay, fold forward. We've got the earth doing all the work for us today. Fold forward over your bent right leg. Opening up the right hips. And as you hold the posture on this side, see to what extent you can experience your posture without any judgment or without getting into any analysis of what's going on. Just be with the experience as it is without having to add anything to it. Okay, find your way back up to downward facing dog. Okay, this is a whole new experience in the sand here. It does look good to see. The great thing about inversions is it gives you a different perspective, and down dog is an inversion, and Carrie's just saying how cool it looks to see the water and the beach upside down behind us. So that's exactly what inversions are supposed to do. So great. Take your left leg up and circle it all around, find some space in that hip joint, and then bring your left knee forward, place it on the ground, cross your left heel over towards your right hip bone, and fold forward over your front bent leg. And right here, just tune into what's happening in your mind. Okay, coming back up, taking your hands back underneath your shoulders. Tucking your toes under, step back into downward facing dog, and then find your way up to a standing position. Are you sliding? We're sliding down the hill. We'll be in the water before you know it. Yeah. We're creating a new sport, Carrie. It's called yoga mat bogging in the sand or something like that. Okay. All right. So standing in Tadasana here, feet underneath your hips. Trying to find a spot to stand. Okay. Now we're doing sand surfing. Yeah. Okay, so just roll your shoulders back and down. All right. And bring your right arm up. And hook your left arm underneath, so intertwine your arms so maybe your palms come together. They will for some people, not for others, eventually maybe. And this is like, if you think about limbs crossing the midline, look, you've got 1 cross, 2 cross, 3 crosses is like your brain is lighting up right now. And then we'll inhale, lift your arms up, and exhale, lower them down. And then release your arms. Give them a little shake out. Roll your shoulders. Okay, now let's switch sides. Let's bring your left arm up and hook your right arm underneath. Bring your palms together. We just saw 3 dogs go by. One was a Doberman, one was a Basset Hound, and one was a little, do you know what the third one was?
No, I didn't see.
It was like a third little lap dog, like 3 completely different dogs. So inhale, lift your arms up, and exhale, lower them down. And then release your arms down. Just roll your shoulders back and down. Good, so feel that space created in your shoulders here. So now what you're gonna do is shift over to your right foot and cross your left leg over so your feet are crossed. And when this happens, you'll probably roll in a little bit. Now you'll need to roll out to find your big toe ball joints. Okay, this is a great one where a chair can be useful, or a block would be great. I never remember to bring props to the beach for some reason. So we'll demonstrate without it, but you could just put a chair or a block in front of you. That would be great to support yourself. You're going to hinge forward through the hips, nice flat back, rolling your pelvis over your leg bones here, and then fold forward. And especially if you are rounding your spine, it's a really good idea for the safety of your spine to support yourself. Oh, I can use my water bottle. Support yourself with a block or a bolster or a chair. So you're not doing unsupported spinal flexion here. Here, Carrie, you need this probably. Maybe a little more than me. Carrie is she is training right now to not just climb the CN Tower, but run up the stairs to the CN Tower. So the CN Tower is one of the tallest buildings in the world, and twice a year here in Toronto, they open it up for you to, most people walk up the stairs, but crazy people like Carrie run up. So how many stairs are there, Carrie?
I don't know.
She doesn't know. It was probably better that way.
Yeah.
Okay, slowly come up and switch sides. There are a lot of stairs. Maybe we'll get our cameraman to look up how many stairs and how high the CN Tower is. Okay, so this time shift your weight onto your left leg, cross your right leg all the way over. Again, roll out, hinge forward through your hips. Roll your pelvis over your leg bones, and then let your spine round forward. It's a great one for your hips and your hamstrings, and another one where we're crossing the limbs over the midline, which is just so great for your brain.
Great hip flexors.
This is a great stretch for runners, as Carrie points out. Okay, slowly come up. All right, so uncross your legs. So now we're going to do Eagle's Pose, and we're going to kind of combine what we've been working on with our arms and our legs. And eagles are known for having incredible vision and perspective and being able to see the big picture. And so when we talk about the insight mind, this is the kind of thing that we're really going for. So that's why I chose to do Eagle Pose today. So shift your weight over to your right leg and bend that knee. I'm going to give you a few options here. You can cross your left leg over and your toes can stay on the ground, or they can come up to the outside of your right leg, Or depending on your flexibility in your hips, you may be able to hook that leg all the way across. And then you'll bring your right arm up and hook your left arm underneath. So find a point that you can focus on. Okay, so release the posture from your body and take a deep breath in. Sigh it out through your mouth. All right. So when you do this on an uneven surface like the sand, all the muscles in your feet have to work. It's really great if you can do it on an uneven surface. So sand tower, we've got is 1,135 feet to the main deck, or 1,500 feet high. Do you know? It's got 1,776 stairs. When is it, Carrie?
3 weeks, October 23rd.
October 23rd. So in 3 weeks, oh my, yeah, the weekend. The weekend of the yoga retreat. Oh gosh, you're gonna need a retreat after that. Okay, now shift onto your left foot, bend your left knee, cross your right leg over. So a few options here. Again, you can keep your toes on the ground. It's also great, you can use the wall for support too. And bring your foot up to the outside of your leg, or maybe even hook your leg all the way around, and notice it might be different on this side too. Left arm comes, right arm hooks. The wind pushed me over, I swear it. Oh, I feel like I need a little shakeout after that. Okay, great. How much time do we have left? 20 minutes left, wow. 15 minutes left, okay. Gosh, I'm really sliding down the hill here. Okay, let's take a moment to readjust our mats and then come down onto your bellies. Okay. So lie down on your bellies and take your arm. Once you lie on your back, you're going to take your arms straight out in front of you. All right, tuck your tail under so you press the front of your pelvis into the ground, and then start to walk your elbows back. And you might be able to get your elbows right underneath your shoulders as long as you don't feel any pinching in your low back. If you do, you want to back off a little bit. And here we are in Sphinx Pose. So back bends like this are so great. I have this great statistic to share with you this week. Apparently, in a given day, we fold forward 3,000 to 4,000 times a day, a forward bend motion. Okay, so we'll let Carrie take a guess on how many times a day we bend backwards. Just in general, how many times?
Little, I would say almost nothing.
So Carrie would say almost nothing. What do you think, Tim? Tim doesn't want to take a guess. Nobody's guessing. All right, so take your guess. How many times do you think we bend backwards? Okay, so here's how many times we bend backwards in a day. 8. 8. So there's kind of an imbalance, right? 3,000 to 4,000 times forward, 8 times backwards. Yeah, and we were talking about it in yoga class last night, what kind of movements we would be making to bend backwards, and what we came up with is like stretching and, you know, kind of yawning, big yawn, bend backwards, or maybe a lean back on your desk and put your hands behind your head and open up your chest that way. I can't really think of anything, like everything you do is in front of you, so I'm not really sure.
You're doing a rotation behind you.
Yeah, rotation, yeah. That's what I was thinking too. Like sometimes you rotate behind you, but not really bend back.
Just stretching. I would just say stretching.
Just stretching, that's pretty much all we could come up with too. So this is a pretty big imbalance that we have to work with. And in yoga we can help to create some balance by doing some bending backwards. All right, so now take your right elbow over your left shoulder and over your left elbow and look over your right shoulder. And then come back center and switch over to the other side. And look over your right shoulder. Ooh, they're biting me now too. Ouch. And then come back center. Take your hands up underneath your shoulders and push yourself up. Walk your knees forward. Open them up and sit back onto your heels. Okay, now roll up to seated. And sit with your legs straight out in front of you. Okay, so if you can, elevate your hips a little bit. That will help you. And we've got the natural decline of the slope here that works really well for us without any props. And then we're going to bend your right knee in. Cross your right knee over your straight left leg. And you can keep your left leg straight like this, and I'll get Carrie to stay with this one and demonstrate this one, or you could bring your left heel up to your right buttocks. Now wrap your left arm around your right leg, lengthen your spine up and turn towards your right leg. Take your right hand to the base of your spine. And then come back center, uncross your legs, shake and wiggle them out a little bit. Great. Now slide your left foot in, Lengthen your spine up nice and tall. Cross your left leg over your right leg, and we'll get Carrie to stay here to demonstrate the version where you keep your right leg long. Or some of you may want to join me for right heel by left buttocks. Wrap your right arm around your left leg, turn toward it, and lengthen up. I can't believe it's October 1st today. It's such a beautiful, it feels like a summer today here, doesn't it? Okay, and come back center. Uncross your legs. Shake them out. Bend your right leg in. Cross your right leg all the way over your left leg, and this time let it flop open so the outside of your right foot is on the ground. So again, I'll get Carrie to demonstrate staying in this position, and you could again bring your left heel up to your right buttocks, and then it would be like your knees are flopping forward like shoelaces. Okay, in Yin Yoga they call this shoelace pose. Such a great name for it. In Sanskrit it translates as cow's face. All right, so now you're going to bring your left arm up. We're going to combine cow's face with eagle's pose here. Hook your right arm underneath and bring your palms together. Oh, it's just so beautiful here today. We want our minds to be soft and still, just like the water here. Can you give a shot of the water that we're looking at? Just imagine your brain being like the water here. Can't you just imagine your brain like the water? Just sort of gentle rippling and changing. Great, so release this. You can kind of see how the water changes and colors change. Kind of imagine that being like thoughts moving gently through your mind. No turbulence, just gentle movement. Okay, release your legs and shake them out. This time you'll cross your left leg all the way over your right leg, bringing the outside of your left foot onto the ground. And then Carrie will show keeping your right leg out. And you could also bring your right heel up to your left buttocks. This one, it can be really useful to sit up on a block here to elevate your hips a little bit. And then this time we'll bring our right arm up and hook your left arm underneath. Bring your palms together, maybe. And as you hold the pose on this side, just ask yourself, to what extent is your mind calm like the water on Lake Ontario today? Release the posture from your body. Wiggle and shake your hips out and rest back for a short Shavasana, just to let your practice integrate into your body. As you rest in your Shavasana, imagine that you're lying on the beach with us, with the sand supporting the contours of your body. Take a deep breath in through your nose and sigh it out through your mouth, and let this be the first way that you invite movement back into your body. And start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And bend your knees. Roll to your right side. Stop and pause. Take a moment here before you come back up to seated. And then find your way back up to a seated position. We're going to sit for a very short seated meditation here. Okay, and to lead us into our meditation today, I have a short quotation from Zen Master Suzuki Roshi. And with all these readings, if they don't resonate with you, then you can just let them go. Just like the waves rolling in the water. If they do resonate, allow yourself to sink deep to the depths of the water with it. So Suzuki Roshi says there's this enlightenment before enlightenment, which is the state of mind when mindfulness is present, when there isn't any grasping at things being any way at all except the way they are. It's just seeing the present moment, patient and straightforward. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Namaste Yoga. Thanks to my friend Carrie Krensker. We wish her well on her Siang Tower climb. And we'll see you next week. Namaste.